Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. I've been a trader and technical analyst for the last 8.5 years. Today, I'm going to bring you a market recap from this busy CPI and FOMC day. Super busy normally and volatile, but it kind of lacked the volatile part. So, June 12th, 2024, let's get going, starting with ES. So on ES, we had a nice bullish reaction to CPI this morning. CPI was 3.3 and they were anticipating 3.4, and we got a bullish reaction. FOMC, we were expecting 5.5. Let me go back to today. We're expecting 5.5 interest rate, no change. Actually, 99.9% chance that that's what the market was pricing in, no change. So it was kind of like a known thing. We did have some economic projections from Jay Powell. We don't always have every meeting. So that kind of created a little bit of volatility. And then again, CPI 3.3 versus the expected 3.4. Tomorrow we have PPI and jobless claims, initial jobless claims and PPI. So that could also move the market that we need to be watching for tomorrow. If you look at the heat map, we had our important names as far as heavily weighted names that were green, but we did have some red in the market with healthcare, consumer discretionary, energy, financial. So we did have some red out there, a healthy mix, and that's actually a good thing if you're a market bull. You don't want to see everything running at once. It's actually better if they take turns and tag out, because if you have 5 people running a race at once, and I'm just choosing 5 randomly, and they're running a race, they're going to get tired at the same time, and it's like, okay, we still need someone to run. But if you're handing the baton off, no, you run, no, you run, you run, then it can keep going. And so it's actually a good thing that we see this rotation. And if you want to give me a follow on X, that'd be great, at ChartGalLori. Let's get back to the charts. So looking at ES, we had that new spike to all-time highs on the CPI reaction, and I need to make my face smaller. All right, so we had the spike to a new all-time high, and then after FOMC, we had a spike, and we went past this number by $1, but that's still a double top, and we rejected, and it matched up with the time that Jay Powell left the podium, so we had a pretty big pullback. But overall, we're still up almost a percentage. Bulls have to be super pleased with today. And on pullbacks, we're looking at hourly higher lows on so many charts. So yes, the bears are having fun the last 30 minutes, but overall, bulls have ruled the day. NASDAQ, we got a new all-time high this morning on the CPI reaction as well. Beautiful move. Waiting for hourly higher lows on pullbacks. We did get a new all-time high. We did get a new all-time high over the CPI reaction this afternoon. We're still pulling back. RTY had a killer day, up 1.74%. Overall, it was up like 2.7%, I believe, this morning. It is pulling back more than what bulls would like to see. So on the next bounce, bears are looking to topish for a lower high. RTY on the daily got a higher high. So we got that higher high, not the upper wick the bulls want to see. So we'll see if we get a 4-hour lower high with the size of this pullback on the next bounce. Dow is still red. Dow is definitely heavy, which it has a lot of those energy names, healthcare names, consumer discretionary. So we broke the low of the reaction, which is notable. So the low of the CPI reaction this morning, we broke the low. So Dow is definitely heavier than most, and we're closing red right now. We have 7 minutes to hold this red. And again, we're rejecting from that daily 50 MA. VIX, we have a daily downtrend, daily bear flag confirmed. On the 4-hour, we lost that important 1262, then 1211. So on the next bounce, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high on VIX. Bitcoin rejected from yesterday's high of 69547. We got above it by $500, so I shouldn't say we rejected, but we were unable to get through that 70187. Big upper wick of profit taking. This is not the type of rejection you want to see. Okay, a rejection, fine, but don't retrace so much of the move. And look at this. Huge move down, and this is a risk off category. So this is when bulls are saying, hey, I don't want to have my money in this risky asset, and they begin to sell. Ethereum is pulling back a great amount as well. So on bounces, we're looking for lower highs. Coin, it definitely has some relative strength compared to Bitcoin. That daily higher low is set, and we rejected up here at 263.80. We rejected at 263.26. So bulls were unable to get through the daily higher high. Dollar got slammed this morning on the initial CPI reaction, confirming this daily broadening formation. However, we do have a lower wick of bulls buying this dip. However, on the next bounce, we are looking for a 4-hour lower high. And on gold, we have a 4-hour uptrend, but again, we had a big pullback on gold. So on the next bounce, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high on gold as well as the dollar. Yeah, we lost this hourly EQ. We lost the support. And dollar's making enough room for an hourly higher low on the next pullback. All right, oil. Oil had inventory today. And we have an hourly downtrend. Lower high is likely set. So we'll see, is this a daily lower high? I would say if we break 77.88, bears can feel confident that, or a little more confident that that daily lower high is set on oil compared to 80.62. ARM was showing off today, really showing off, big bull move. ARM has a lower float in that it doesn't have a ton of shares available. It has shares that are held by, I always say PeopleSoft. What is it, SoftBank? So SoftBank obviously is not selling a ton of shares at this point, so we don't have a lot of shares available to circulate, and bulls have been taking advantage of this. We still have a ways to go to get to the all-time high 164. However, ARM is on back burner watch again tomorrow. It was a Queen of the Mountain trade this morning, one of the 5 setups I was eyeing, looking for a first 5-minute oversold, and we never got it. Bulls didn't allow it to go, and they just ran. NVIDIA broke through the high of Monday, and we set a new all-time high today at 126.88. And bulls have held up just fine the majority of the day, which has also helped semis. SMH with a new all-time high today. Apple's pulling back right now, but what a tremendous performance. Just tremendous today. It was at one point, I believe, up 5% today. Yesterday it was up 7%. Do you know what type of money it takes to move a $3 trillion market cap? That much. Just impressive. Apple's actually at a 5-minute back burner right now. If I weren't doing this video, I would look at possibly taking a long. Amazon was weak. Amazon, we're looking for that weekly lower high. Potential weekly head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, and then right shoulder. So we'll see if this comes to fruition, but Amazon was definitely heavier than most today. Microsoft got a new all-time high today. Weekly bull flag confirmed. Impressive move. Back burner watch tomorrow. Netflix, we still have that daily equilibrium that's in play. Potential weekly bull flag. Here's the daily equilibrium. 657.99 is that resistance. So we continue to tighten, and we'll be watching that tomorrow. Tesla got a major bounce going. So last night we talked about this weekly double bottom at 167.75, 167.41, and that we're going to treat that like a weekly double bottom. Well, that's exactly what the bulls did. And they bought it, and they bought it in force. We have enough room for an hourly higher low on the next pullback. Tesla had a very tight range. Tomorrow we have the investor meeting where they will be voting on Elon's compensation. Don't forget about that. We have a daily squeeze and a high compression squeeze. I'm looking for a Tesla long laggard play. I have small position and plan to add to it. CGC got an upgrade today, but it's still a potential daily bear flag. So we had a green day. Overall, I don't know that I would be jumping up and down if I were bulls. I mean, green is green, but it's just been such a heavy name. GRWG has a weekly equilibrium and a weekly squeeze. I will be watching this name for further tightening for a potential long. XLF, we got to that $41. We're looking for a weekly higher low. Well, it looks like it's closing flat right now. We're holding yesterday's low for now. My charts are slow. On the next bounce, we'll be looking for an hourly lower high. I was looking at Bank of America earlier. Super weak. Yeah, big pullback. I mean, it's closing green, so I guess that's better than some of the names. Okay, the market's now closed. Thank you, Loud Bell, for sharing that with us. All right, XLV, we were looking for this potential head and shoulders going into today, and I wouldn't say that it's negated at this point. It's still possible. We have a double bottom at 145.67. We'll be watching for healthcare and even the Russell to get some love. If we're going to see rotation out of QQQ and semis, we're going to want to see these sectors get some love. GameStop, speaking of love, GameStop got no love going into the end of day. We didn't break the low of yesterday. However, the daily lower high is likely set here at 33.70. On the next bounce, bears will be watching for an hourly lower high compared to 33.70 with the size of this retracement. So yesterday they announced that they were done with the offering. This morning, Citron announced that they have covered their short. So we got some bull squeezes out of that, but the bear volume is really start ticking up toward the end of the day. And then finally, we had a member ask about Hack when Dan was live midday today. and we notice this cup and handle. I think it's on the monthly chart. Yeah, look at this monthly cup and handle. This is a beautiful pattern on hack. And then SoFi, I saw a daily potential. Actually, I liked it better on the weekly. A potential weekly falling wedge, and I like this pattern on SoFi. I'll be watching this, and we have a squeeze. All right, that's it for your market recap video for June 12th, 2024.